He's a vet, Marine, um, extremely entrepreneurial, just extremely smart guy. And his background is or his specialty now is the drone business. And so Bill and I have been working for the last a few months at putting a little bit more structure into sort of this drone sector for Seven Eagle veterans like you guys who do want to possibly maybe consider this path, right? And whether that be as a side gig, which I love starting out as a side gig, like to have a little business. If this interests you at all, the drone industry, and to get licensed as a pilot, and then you can leverage that to some really cool financial opportunities in your spare time, just so you have something to fall back on, maybe if you're in between jobs down the line, or if you want to do this as a permanent job working in the industry, whether as a pilot but just like any company, they have sales reps. I mean, every company out there needs sales reps. They need people in recruiting. They need software developers. They need HR. So, um, Bill is going to help us connect with colleagues of his around the country to open up opportunities for you guys. So I'm going to introduce Bill. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself, a little bit why he feels that he's bullish on the drone industry and some of the programs that he is doing for those of you who want to jump in on the side with him. So go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Jordy, and glad to be back at Seven Eagle to speak. I love being a mentor here, and Jordy, thank you again. I became a drone pilot in 2024. I was able to go through a drone program with a nonprofit that I later helped out. We got about 20 people through our drone program, and they became Part 107 pilots. Um, I really became, passionate about it. Hearing about the opportunity, researching the opportunity. Such a trending industry right now. You see all the different types of things that the drones are really getting used for. You talk about inspections, you talk about real estate photography, you talk about thermal drones, you talk about search and rescue, you talk about, public safety, construction, all these different industries. And we're kind of only at the beginning um, of this great industry, great cycle. It's kind of like the beginning of that AI drone tech revolution that we're kind of, beginning to see the next phases of that kind of, happen, that we're seeing. So yeah, basically, I'm a U.S. Marine veteran. I'm actually a reservist right now. I've been on and off active duty a couple times. And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a drone pilot. I'm a drone owner. And I'm really passionate about the industry and everything that is going to happen with the industry. But really, I think it's great for veterans because you guys already have the mindset, right? You already have that mission mindset, and literally every time you go out and fly a drone, right? You're planning your mission. You're doing your mission planning. You're improvising on, how can I maximize my drone? Where are my tools? What am I doing? What's my flight path? Um, and it's really great. It's really kind of for me, it's a good reliever just to get out with the drone, get out on a job and kind of, work in the outside arena, work with the customers, engaging, and you're making money and you have freedom, you have control. So yeah, I'm kind of going to walk you through a little bit, the drone industry itself. Right now, with public safety, it's really big. Almost every police department really now has a drone, right? They have a drone operator. You're looking at, for search and rescue, you're looking at for the safety of the police officers, right? The police officer does not want to go into that house because they suspect that a suspect has a weapon or there's something weird going inside the house, right? They could throw it up there, hit the thermal, hit the heat map, and see where that suspect is that without having to send an officer in there. Same thing with firefighters. You're seeing a lot of firefighters, throwing up and seeing what's going on. Is this building ready to collapse? In terms of looking at the roofs, above the structures, looking at different, structures in terms of, the software built into those drones and looking at, what's going on with the buildings. You're looking at construction time lapses, photography and real estate and video. Um, and farms are really using it a lot now. Um, instead of having to go and manually spray things, right? You have a drone to spray it. Inspections are big. You're looking at different types of GIS like mapping. And even engineers are actually getting their drone license so they can go out. If they inspect bridges, when they inspect buildings, they can go out, fly the drone out there without having to get up there on the structure. And you're looking even at the military, right? Department of War just came out that 300,000 drones they're asking commercial industries to produce. American industries to produce, right? Not China, not some of these other countries. They want American drones, and they want a lot of them. What I mean, so that's really going to trickle down to a lot of industries. They're going to need pilots. They're going to need manufacturers. They're going to need people that understand electronics and know how to work on drones, right? Um, so I really think for vets, it's a really good industry to transition into. You have the operational discipline, right? You understand procedures, you understand compliance, right? You understand tuning up your craft, right? Having that warrior mindset. So really, with our academy and with partnership with Seven Eagle, right, and sponsorship. We're gonna, go through and we're gonna make you a drone pilot, right? I always tell people anybody could be a drone pilot. It's pretty easy, right? It's you don't fly at all, right? In terms of the taking the test, right, with the FAA. There's no flying at all. It's all compliance and knowing um, that compliance and knowing what airspace you're in and knowing a lot about compliance and regulations and weather and all those different types of stuff. So anybody can get it. I mean, it takes about, if you're doing about an hour a day, it can take 30 days to get your drone license, right? So we'll set you up. We'll set you up with, a course set to go through. Um, and then as well as what you're doing after the drone, right? We're going to set you up with connections. We're going to set you up with internships, right? We're going to connect you with people. We're going to give you resume help. And we're also going to teach you about small business, which a lot of courses don't do. And a lot of partnerships don't care about is learn about small business, right? So when you're going to get your drone license and you're ready to work for somebody, right? You're also going to learn about small business to be able to generate more money on the side, right? And they create basically two paths for you where you can not only work with somebody in the industry and learn from them about the industry, right? But you can go ahead and build your small business, learn about financial literacy, learn about the different options out there in terms of grant and loan options for small business that I think a lot of people should know, and get your feet wet in the industry, right? Impact the industry, give it back. I mean, that's what my mission is to give back. To get vets more drone pilots. Get more drone pilots, get more vets into the drone industry, because I think it's such a good transition piece for you. If you're looking for that next path, if you're looking for that next goal, this is a straightforward slam dunk. In my eyes, of getting into a trending industry that you're going to get great money, that nationally needs every market needs drone pilots. Um, do you guys have any questions or anything?
I wait a minute, Sean. You guys know I am so high on all of you having a side business. Just do, even if you're not like going in it to make money, but just something you can call your own and get all these experiences and skill up by learning about everything required to run a business, just in case you decide, hey, I'm going to make this my full-time gig, or I have something to fall back on when I'm in between jobs. And the reason I'm so excited for what Bill is doing for you guys is this is a business that you can get into extremely economically. You don't have to invest $50,000 to go start a business. This is one you can do very easily to get in there, and you're a business owner. And then, like he said, I mean, can you think of a better industry that's going to have more future opportunity, right? Especially with where like AI is taking a lot of jobs. I mean, I just feel, man, a growing business is the drone industry. I don't think you can go wrong. And whether you're going in as a pilot or as a different worker in that industry, I just think it's worth at least giving it a shot, giving it a look. So check out, maybe Bill, throw in your LinkedIn profile in the chat there for everyone. Connect to Bill if you're not already. And if it is all a consideration, just have a chat with him, man. He's gonna be completely honest with you and tell you everything good and bad about this path. But um
Yeah.
I'm really excited to the point where I'm getting my pilot license because I love it for
That's
the
right.
hobby.
He's getting his
It's
license
fun.
too. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I've already lost three of them in the trees around my house. So I got to get a
Uh-oh.
little, I got to go to a field to practice and not do it near me. But
Right.
I love it. I think it's awesome. The stuff that, like he mentioned, a lot of those industries that have this massive demand for drone pilots. I was out
Yep.
at the beach this summer and a guy was fishing and he took his drone and he brought the lure out like a mile out from the shore, and then he pushed a button and it dropped the fishing lure and he reeled in a bluefish from the beach.
Yeah, you
I
gotta love it, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
crazy. But yeah, I dropped I put up the our website, we're called Veterans Aerospace Academy, booking. So, you just want to, chat, get on a call. I would love to just talk to you about your career. I mean, I love talking to vets. And then I dropped my LinkedIn and I also dropped the link. Just talk about drone opportunity. It was a link article about drone opportunities for veterans. It goes through a lot of stuff that's going on for vets as well. I think you guys would find interesting.
Awesome. Jaron, go ahead, bud.
Hey, just quick question about the licensure. I was curious because there's drones out there that are massive, right? Those were the ones that I thought that you needed a license for. But like if you're
Yeah.
doing real estate videos, do you need a license because it's a business or what's the limitations on size and licensing?
Yeah, so for the commercial Part 107 license, to be able to collect money, legally, you need your Part 107 license. So it's fairly easy to get. I recommend everybody, get it, even if you're not intending to make money, just so like airspace and like I can't fly my drone above 400 feet, right? Because now you're going to be in different types of flight paths, right? So it's just good information to know. And you learn about weather and you learn about all different types of operational stuff. So I think it's just really good and it's really you can get it quick.
Good job, John.
Hey Bill, it's John. How you doing?
How you doing, John?
So my question is also kind of industry specific. Do you actually have the Drone Institute like a repository of like who you students or what your students are doing now? Because I'm thinking I have an opportunity with like roofing, but like I don't want to climb roofs. I'm too old. I'm too broken.
All right.
But using a drone for that sounds like it could be a possibility. But I'm wondering if any of your students have already doing that, and I could talk to them.
Yeah, we could definitely connect you with some of the students that went through
Perfect.
with the nonprofit that I was part of and all that. Absolutely, I can get you that. I have a drone photography, and I actually do still photography as well for real estate listings. So I have a couple roofers that I'm kind of connected with that do some work for me, for my real estate, my real estate business. So. But yeah, it's definitely, the inspections are really something that is definitely trending with the roofers.
Mhm.
And certainly thermal drones to go up there and to see even like with efficiency, right? Installation efficiencies. They're throwing the drones up there, hitting thermal spots and seeing where, the heat's coming out of the house and different stuff
Yeah.
like that. We're taking pictures of. I'm also linked with a third party company that they do different types of inspections that we're a part of as well. So yeah, we can definitely. I can send you some stuff on that.
Cool. I'll message you on LinkedIn after this. Thanks, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
Kenny,
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Hey, Kenny, how you doing? Yes, sir.
I'm all right, Bill. I'm extremely interested, but right now I'm doing two other certifications that I'm finishing up. But once I'm done with that, I do want to do this. What is the best way to get in contact with you? Is it through a LinkedIn message or email, or how's the best way to get in contact?
Yeah, I do have my website on there as well. You can always book a call with me when you're ready. But yeah, connect with me on LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, you want to send me a message, we can talk on there as well. And I can even give you my cell phone, whatever works.
just
Okay,
a
and that's the
quick thing on Kenny. He's looking for a job in the security industry right now. I was talking to his the CEO at the company yesterday on his behalf, and I said, "Oh, Kenny, did he tell you he's also like going to be a drone pilot?" And they were like, "Oh my gosh, wow!" Because as you
yeah,
mentioned, Bill, it's such a big part of
yes,
security as well to be able to have an expert on the team who can do that. So he has a value add with him.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what I'm
great.
shooting for. So,
Yeah.
and that's your website is the veteransairspaceacademy.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll also get your number too when I can.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Anytime.
I can drop it. I'll just drop it right now.
Perfect.
Peng,
You
go
can
ahead, bud.
everybody can text me. Okay, there you go. There's my number.
Go ahead, Peng.
That'd be nice to see you again.
Hey, how you
It's
doing?
like how you doing? Like if we like to work with you, or like we have to go to New Jersey work with you guy, or like we have to do virtual, or like get the drone license, and then how is the working? Like the process is like.
Yeah, it's actually all online. So you don't have to come to New Jersey. We do have an in-person option if you do want to get some more hands-on with the drone. But you can totally do this, our different packages, you can totally do it remote. You can do it remote. It's all online. We'll have some online classes that we'll also go through as well after you get the Part
So
107.
yeah, that
And then I have templates that I'll be sending over to you. Everything could be done, through online, Zoom, and just sharing stuff with you guys. So
yeah, in military, I also tested drone and I like it, but the thing is
Mhm.
I don't have a certified because I was going a project and then my junior got a certified during that period. So we have a
Right.
chance to test with the drone and they also use it a lot in the military industry. Drone
Yeah.
a lot, they apply it right now. So that is like it like give me an interest on the drone and then it give me a knowledge of that. And I also as a surveyor, so I know about how to use those drone and then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and it's even if you're like an engineer, let's just say, I
Yeah.
mean, if you have this drone, it's just really cool to have in your toolkit because, now you're like even with this,
Yeah,
if you if
even like office
security.
hours, something like what happening on the feed, they just check on the drone and they just send on the drone and they know what is happening like that.
Yeah, and it's just really cool. You can purely go into it, or you can actually have this in your toolkit and then have an option, to run a small business. I think it's great.
Another benefit, yeah. Ava,
I wanted to ask if you're just looking for like drone work on the side, are there like, do you have to like advertise yourself or are there like listings you can find where somebody's just like, hey, can you fly a drone around for an hour?
Yeah, so our courses kind of go over how you're presenting yourself, how you advertise yourself, but it's actually pretty easy because you don't even have to do that. If you can just get connected with some third-party companies that I can provide, you don't even have to advertise yourself, and you can actually go out and make money. They'll advertise for you, right? And you're on their network, and here you're making money as a business, so you don't even have to advertise, which is cool if you don't want to. So.
that's awesome. I was at my mother-in-law's over the summer and we're out they live on sort of like a farm, and we're outside and we look up and there's a drone over us, right? And then like an hour later, somebody knocks on the door and shows her a picture and said, "Hey, how would you, your house is beautiful. Look at it from above. It. How would you like me to frame this for you and put it on?" And now she's got it like hanging in her living room, like the picture of her house from above. And I don't know what she paid, but I think it was like $150, but I was like,
Yep.
it's pretty cool. Somebody very clever, that person, you know?
Yep. But see, guys, that's how you market. That's how you do
That's how you work
it.
it. Bill, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you coming on and sharing this and taking such an interest in helping any vet who wants to go down this incredible path. So definitely reach out to Bill, connect to him. He's a great guy and he'll help